Hello and welcome back. I thought for something a bit different today, I would do a video relating to something I have a fair bit of experience in, which is having cesareans. So if this is the first video of mine you've ever seen, welcome. My name is Katherine and I am mother to 10 children. This many. All of my children have been born via cesarean section. And that definitely wasn't in my life's plan, but that is the way it ultimately ended up being. I had my first child in 2005, and then my second child in 2006, 2008, 2009, 2011, 2012, 2014, 2016. It's all right, we're nearly there. 2018 and 2019. So my baby James is now just turned 1. He turned 1 in November. And I sort of thought to myself, I wonder if I could do a video to talk to women out there who may have been given the news, I'm sorry ma'am, you'll be having a C-section. I know with my first baby, I had no idea that I'd end up having a cesarean. It was an emergency situation, but looking back, I thought maybe even if you are expecting to have what people like to call a normal delivery, or which is a vaginal delivery, or if you're going to be having a cesarean section, it'd be good to see a video where you can sort of be spoken to by someone who's had the experience that maybe can give some of their advice of things you can do to prepare before you have a cesarean. So I've just thought of 5 of, the 5 that really came to my mind that I thought might be beneficial for someone else to hear. And I thought I'd share them with you today. So the first thing that I can think of is getting yourself emotionally ready for what's to come. It's a big enough deal having a baby. It's a big enough deal having a whole human growing inside of you that will be born that you have to keep alive and you will love, and it will grow your heart in ways you never imagined, and it'll challenge you in ways you never imagined. But having a C-section, it is a big deal. I think a lot of people misunderstand it and think it's the easy way out or it's no big deal. But it's major surgery, and it's very humbling experience, because not only during the surgery are you unable to move because clearly they need to numb you, afterwards you need care from other people. It may be your obstetrician, the midwives, a nurse, your husband, your mother, a sister, a friend, but you will need help. Yeah, you could do it on your own. I don't recommend it. What I'm actually saying is getting yourself emotionally ready that you're going to be okay, or if you have concerns, to talk to a trusted friend or loved one about your concerns. Sometimes I think we can build things up a lot in our heads to be like this huge deal, but maybe even actually finding out what's involved during a cesarean might help you. I know for me, getting reassurance that everything's going to be okay really helped me a lot with my preparation to having my operation. The second thing I'd say is, in the time leading up to you having your baby, it's a good time to prepare. Like literally prepare the baby's room, the home, your heart. So I would say that leading up to having your baby, you can write notes of different things that you'd like to do around the house, or get someone to help you do different things. But really, if you think you need to replaster the whole entire house, or you need to recarpet every single thing, I recommend just the floors. Not necessarily all of that stuff needs to happen. I'm not saying it's bad or good if you do or don't do stuff. I'm just saying that, you know, you're doing a big enough job already. You are sustaining yourself and a baby. That's a really big deal. That's a miraculous, amazing thing. And that it's great if we can get things done. But I'd really hope that you'd heed my warnings that it doesn't mean you should do that. Because in some of my earlier cesareans, well, not my first one because it was a surprise. In some of my earlier cesareans, I really went really hard right up until having the baby, right up until the night before. And I really forced my body to do a lot of things, lift heavy loads and do all sorts of stuff. So it's like go, operation, and then you're supposed to rest. It's really hard if you are someone who is on the go to then sit down and rest afterwards. And I am planning on doing another video to talk about what to do post-surgery. And I probably can think of a lot of topics to do with cesareans, because I'd say that unintentionally, after having 10 cesareans, I kind of know the deal. I've kind of worked out the best way to do it to recover really well. Now, that's a lot to do with the expertise of the surgeon, but it's also a big responsibility for the person. And I know that I put in enormous efforts to allow my body to heal after having a major surgery. And I could not have done it without my absolutely wonderful driving instructor. If you don't understand what that means, you can check out some of my other videos. And my wonderful, supportive and loving husband really did care for me in a hands and feet kind of way, in a physical way and an emotional way. I had his support, and I was really able to rest and recover really adequately for a full 6 weeks after having my baby. Leading on from the whole preparing your home before the baby comes is the really big one, which is get adequate rest. Trust me, get adequate rest if you can. And it doesn't have to be difficult or challenging things. I would say things like getting enough sleep. Your sleep might be very disturbed, so maybe going to bed a bit earlier will help you with that. Will kind of make up for the disruption of your sleep. Getting maybe someone to help you change the sheets on your bed. Have a nice hot shower. It's the best feeling. You have a hot shower, use a fresh towel, and you hop into those fresh sheets in bed. It's good. Trust me, it's really good. So yeah, I recommend trying to get as much rest as you can before the baby comes. Nobody needs to be no hero. Nobody. Coupled with the rest, I would actually recommend daily activity. We're not talking abseiling off mountains. I'm just talking maybe a daily walk or some gentle stretches, Pilates, that kind of thing. Keeping your body moving throughout your pregnancy as much as you can, it does actually really help with your mood and your energy and your flexibility and your recovery afterwards. So I highly recommend actually taking the opportunity to do some daily exercise. The last one's a bit more personal. My last tip before having a cesarean is beauty care. So if you think about the anatomy of your body and where they need to do the operation, I highly recommend going and getting professionally waxed before having your operation. Because if you don't, you might end up having someone using clippers on you to remove the hair. And I don't know about you, but the whole idea of being in a vulnerable position where you're all medicated and in a sterile room and having somebody deal with that part of you, it's not as fun as if you have a bit more control and you can do that beforehand. Same goes with getting your hair done. I know with me, once I have my baby, I stay home for a full 6 weeks to recover. There's no hairdressing appointments. I have a baby to establish a breastfeeding routine with. I have a baby to look after, and I have myself to consider. I don't personally think that it's even been in the forefront of my mind at all after having a baby. But looking back on some photos, I think, man, I'm so glad I got my hair done before I had the baby. Because, you know, people want to take photos after you have the baby. So there you go. That's just 5 tips that I can think of if you're planning on having a cesarean and you've got that coming up, and you may have searched for a video and found mine. Like I said before, welcome. It's lovely to have you here. I'm planning on doing other videos to do with cesareans, such as what to pack in your hospital bag or post-op recovery, stuff like that. If you have specific questions, feel free to ask them in the comments section. I can answer all the favorite questions like, are you allowed to do that? I thought you weren't allowed to have more than 3, 4, 1, 17 cesareans. I've been asked a lot of questions over the years about my cesareans, and I thought, instead of being so shy about it, like, to just start answering them, because I know there's other women out there that have had cesareans that probably wish that, you know, does anybody even talk about this stuff? Like, so if you have any more questions about cesareans, feel free to comment below, and feel free to share this video if you know somebody that is, you know, a bit nervous or a bit worried about having a cesarean. I'm happy for you to share my video so that other people can know that there's a few little things we can do leading up to it, and hopefully when I release my other videos to do with cesareans, they might enjoy those too. I've had the experience of an emergency cesarean and how that experience went, and then I've subsequently had 9 more elective cesareans. Like I said, not my life's plan, but here we are. Thanks a lot for watching, and feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because I am doing Vlogmas this year, and it's like I started YouTube 5 seconds ago, and then now I've committed to doing a video a day. But we just take each day as it comes, and hopefully I can share some interesting content with you, and maybe we can get to know each other in the comments section below as well. So until tomorrow, have a great day, and I will see you very soon. Bye.